The Wookiee needs to stay outside. He's a threat.
Yeah, talks. Welcome back, everyone, to Third Street Reactions. I'm Zach.
Shane.
We are back with The Acolyte, Season 2, Episode 6.
Oh, 7?
Well, the thing said 6. Did you? Episode 7.
Yeah, things are heating up. I really enjoyed my time with, I guess people are calling him the Stranger, but Kamir.
We know his name, so he's not the Stranger.
Yeah, Kamir, if that's his real name, which I don't know if it is. Yeah. Definitely the party was playing.
I get that, but I get why they call, why I'm assuming is Gandalf in the Rings of Power series the Stranger, because no one's given his name yet.
Oh. Yeah, I guess.
But this, I feel like he's given a name. So
but is he Gandalf?
We don't know.
Okay.
Could be Saruman, because Saruman started out good. And then
I thought we know who Saruman is, though.
Saruman, not Saruman.
Oh, okay. Fuck.
I did the same thing when I was young in the lore.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
What the fuck?
I enjoyed the scenes the most, I think, when we were with them. I thought he was doing a good job of trying to convince her to turn.
Well,
now,
yeah,
I do think it was...
Yeah, he's rocking out with his cock out, man.
He was.
Rocking out there.
You know?
Went skinny dipping, and then she came out there. He just immediately, he's like, well, here's my dick. Where's my robe?
Yeah. It also... We did see a vein of minerals simply because I just rewatched Rings of Power.
Yeah.
A vein of cortosis mineral. So in the old lore, Darth Tenebris and Plagueis, they had a planet and they were mining cortosis. That planet is first shown off in the Star Wars Clone Wars microseries by Tartakovsky, actually.
I have to wonder, though,
it's very brief. But it's
not at the risk of expanding this conversation too much, but where was that ever used? They're mining it, but
I don't know.
To what use was it put?
Maybe they didn't get to fulfill whatever they wanted to do, or what, I don't know. And we had May, right? May. Souls of May? Yeah. Mm-hmm. He had her strapped down on the table because my guy Basil recognized her, although I was kind of, at that moment...
I had to wonder sold it to...
Okay, maybe. Well, yeah, I mean, he could have because of the way he was talking.
Yeah.
The way he was talking to her?
Yeah, it did not seem like he was normally quite as warm and...
Yeah.
Kind of as personal.
Yeah. As
he had been with Osha overall. So I'd find it very hard to believe he'd be hoodwinked that easily. So...
We also had... because the first thing that I think we discussed when they switched places was when they know. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes... when it's convenient for the plot, they do this in the movies for sure. Guys, before we jump in, if you want to support us, we're going to have the full-length, uncut version of this reaction on our Patreon. There'll be a link below. We also have 4 weeks early access for our other shows. Let's jump in.
It's from Ghostbusters, man. They put the ghosts in there.
That little thing? Looks like a battery. My dad has one of those.
A Wookiee?
No, a metal detector. A metal detector. The Empire had Wookiee, Zach. Help build the Death Star.
I'm not hungry.
No!
Wise to insult a Wookiee's cooking.
Man, I want to go home to Coruscant.
I know.
We've been here for 7 weeks. And there's no one here, and if we were going to find something, we probably would have found it by now.
Years ago, this planet was cataloged as lifeless because of a hyperspace disaster. Yet this planet...
That's the first book is about.
Doc is thriving.
What first book?
High Republic book. There's a disaster, like this ship comes out of hyperspace, it breaks apart in hyperspace, and then it fucks up an entire solar system.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jedi, that's like the basis for the story. It's pretty cool.
We are looking for a Barjans.
A concentration of force energy.
A virgin
That's exactly right.
could create life, like what we see on this planet. A power to protect it. Nothing could be more important to the Jedi. This is a noble mission.
That's all right. Checks out so far.
He was disturbed. Unbalanced.
You were disturbed. Do not tell him answers to ease his mind. You disagree. That's why I have a Padawan and you do not. Meet us back at the camp.
Okay.
A yellow tree. Oh.
Poison tree, right? going to steal her.
Hey, apprentice.
Well, you and I do stuff like this, eh? Give a little.
I know what you mean.
What was her name again? Mother Coral?
Indara,
Professor Coral.
can you read me?
Yeah.
You're not alone.
Dude, wave your backup. This is just doesn't feel very Jedi to me. I know it's for the plot, but
The impact.
yeah.
Get up.
Now they're better than ever.
Oh yeah.
It's like when one porn company finds another porn company's filming in its location.
A force cold. Here.
I think they are witches.
Night sisters.
Besides, night sisters don't raise younglings, let alone train them.
They do not treat the girls like children.
We should return to the ship. Ask the council for guidance.
I fear for the girls' safety. I know you would defer to the council, but I insist. Come with me. See what I have seen.
It's an old platform elevator. This must be an old mining site.
Slice the controls.
It's too risky to go in as a group. They'll take it as a threat.
There are over 50 of them.
Even she's
Go
saying
as a
that.
team.
Women and children, man.
She's a realist. The Wookiee needs to stay outside. He's a threat.
Yeah, motherfucker talks. Yeah.
I really like the yellow. I like that look.
They're literally just walking in.
I'd like, hey, hello, anyone home? Yeah, they don't look like a cult.
Good evening. I'm Master Indara, Sol Kelnaka, and my Padawan Torben.
I am Anastasia, mother of this coven.
We thought this planet was uninhabited.
I find that hard to believe. Jedi Padawan.
You've traveled
so far only to become trapped on this planet. You are a strong and good Jedi. You are a strong and good Jedi. Do you wish to escape this planet? 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 I can help you.
May we meet your sister?
You wish to return to Coruscant? I would always let you have what you need.
Would she now?
Ask me.
You baby.
I want to return to Coruscant.
Well, no shit, ain't that big of a deal.
Kneel.
I suggest you all leave. Now.
Mama, I want to show them what you taught me. Please let me take the test.
Fuck.
But I'll tell you what, if you weren't a threat, you look like one now if you invade a Padawan's mind, I think.
No, agreed.
That was clever. Suggesting we test the girls. Buys me time to ask the council for guidance.
I feel a connection to Osha.
So, OSHA's too old to join the order.
I feel she's meant to be my Padawan. He marked her sister with dark magic.
Ceremonial markings are customary in many cultures in the galaxy.
But Osha did not have one. I worry she's not safe.
May have resisted being marked.
And who is protecting this child if not the Jedi?
Do not confuse what OSHA wants with what you want.
I'm liking Undor here.
I do too, but we know from Osha's point of view that she did want to.
Yeah, but I just don't know if a child wants to leave, that gives it merit to leave. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean, in respect to our modern and real culture, yeah. I don't want the state coming in. But, hey, kid wants to leave, man.
yeah.
Treating it in Star Wars lore, these motherfuckers do this all the time.
One second. I just need to take a sample of your blood. Is that okay?
Jesus, you didn't even pull the sleeve up?
If Qui-Gon did with Anakin, he rolled his sleeve up.
Yeah.
So even Undar at this point is thinking it wouldn't matter.
You must divine what images appear on the testing
What
screen.
do you want me to do? A spaceship. A necklace.
The image hasn't appeared yet.
Last night before we entered your home, what was everyone doing in the courtyard?
Ascension.
Ascension must be very important to include a marking like that.
Mama says Ascension means Osha and I will lead the coven.
But your children, how can you become the leaders?
Mama said everyone must walk through fear. Everyone must be sacrificed to fulfill their destiny.
Sacrifice.
You'll see.
Can I go now?
Yeah, what if the Jedi just misunderstand?
Yeah. Like House of the Dragon.
With your permission, I would like to try a different approach with the other child.
You may.
But you must have the courage to say what you want.
A planet.
Correct.
I'll wait here until Coruscant makes contact with us.
Something is wrong.
The Council said no. They will not sanction bringing the twins to Coruscant.
There's something dangerous about those women.
You can feel the twins are not safe.
They say that we have interfered too much already.
Will they let us come home at least?
No.
But Osha paused.
After you coached her, do not alter this little girl's destiny because you have formed an emotional attachment to her.
That is not what's happening here. I want to do what's best for Osha.
You don't get to decide that.
And Dara's speaking exactly how I think she should speak as a Jedi.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy about that. I thought they were all just going to be these fucking cocksucking dick swingers.
Their symbionts are the same.
They are twins.
No, exactly the same. Even identical twins would have different symbionts. This is impossible.
The twins were artificially created.
Maybe by tapping into a power dense enough to split one consciousness into two bodies.
Oh, that.
Only a virgins could create that type of power.
Stop! We just need proof of the virgins, and those girls are the proof. This is our ticket home.
Stop him!
That's a good example of how this all got fucked up.
They opted to use an old trilogy effect for when he went. Did you notice that?
I liked it.
Like, yeah.
You want to stop Osha from leaving? Then stop her. Get mad.
Oh,
She's fucking it all
You
up.
crazy lady.
Yeah, I
Jesus.
know.
You cannot allow Osha to go. She has chosen it.
It's what she wants.
You would sacrifice our future for the wish of a child.
My children are our future.
You may be their mother, but you are also our leader.
Right now, I choose mother.
No one can get in or out.
Witches, arm yourselves!
The elevator's been disabled.
You can't go. We're stuck here now.
Follow me. You cannot let them in your head again. Do you understand? I need you to help me get the girls.
Go. We must stop him before he starts a conflict.
Go!
The Jedi have breached the fortress again.
I told you we cannot use violence.
And I told you.
I would die before I let the Jedi take my children.
You turned her against me.
Like, last time it was like, I'm going to burn you alive. So this here was an accident. Oh, you're bleeding. Sorry.
Take that fucking long?
It would just
Right, yeah,
burn
I agree.
It
but
would
when
burn out eventually.
What's it going up to, though? Goddamn roots and shit, man.
Goddamn fucking shit, man.
I'll tell you what.
Fucking Star Wars, man. Goddamn.
We come with noble intentions.
You wish to know if we will allow Osha to join you.
Where did they come from? How were they created?
Someday, those noble intentions you all have will destroy every Jedi in the galaxy.
Mama, help!
Osha!
Help me!
I don't. Why would you do it now?
I was going to let Osha go.
Promise me you would train the boy, kind of. That was a big fuck up on his part.
This is pretty dark and scary shit. All of a sudden she turns into a fucking...
Yeah.
Run!
That was May too. I saw that. Some handsome Filipino just...
He's not a Filipino. Samir's a Filipino.
I know, but some handsome... I know. Saying later she's trained...
He's not a Filipino though. What are you talking about?
I know that. I'm saying May later on is double down on it. I know. Oh, cunt. So he just realizes he fucked up. I completely agree with him disagree with him fucking up. I know that's why it's a fuck up, but
Yeah.
why'd he do that? He just got scared, like, what's that? You know?
He's thinking of the kids.
Well, I know he legitimately is trying to do the right thing. I think he's...
The twins! They're locked inside!
Shit. You know what that means, right? I was gonna say, you know what that means? She's still out there. She's gonna be in the last episode.
No. My mind is fortified.
Not you.
Okay.
Oh, shit. What'd he say?
So, shh.
I said, shit. That one back there looks like it's just chilling. Just like...
No.
Kill him.
Good move.
It is, but I just can't imagine him having the strength to
Bite him.
resist it.
Bite him. Bite him!
That's cool. That was a good move.
Good fucking move there. That's the worst spot you want to be. Is
If they're that strong, they could just crush your fucking neck.
just saying with Lando, like it
I
didn't-
know, but Lando, like, it was probably not quite as intense as this because he's possessed.
Yeah. Aw. So she beat all them.
Twins.
Master,
Get them now.
Now!
Just grab them.
There's one over the other.
He became Frodo.
I got you.
That is some shit.
It all went to shit.
I just hate the way it went down. Like, I actually like the story, but I just hate that the Jedi... Oh,
No.
shit.
I'm sorry.
We're going home.
That's what I wanted, but
I
don't
warned
do
you
this.
not to interfere. I warned both of you
I wanted the twins to be safe.
with no thought of the consequences.
I completely agree with Indara.
Yeah.
What will we tell the council?
We will tell the council the truth.
I must face the council.
Why would you do that to her? Before you throw yourself at the mercy of the council, ask yourself why you made this choice.
What happened?
They started a fire.
I mean, from their perspective, they're not lying about that. God damn. And I really liked the episode.
Took all the notes, so
Yeah, so
I took pleasure in just watching it.
Yeah, I originally didn't want to just have a flashback the whole time, but I'm glad we did. I think,
No,
if anything, we needed more time
It was
almost.
solid, yeah.
Yeah, it was solid. The way the Jedi... My biggest problem with this was how the Jedi were represented. And Leslie Headland did say, well, the Jedi... I'm not poking at the prequels or how the Jedi are as an institution. I am telling a story about a group of Jedi 100-something years before the Phantom Menace, and they are a group. And it might not even be representative of everyone outside that group.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that in consideration, it's like, okay, this is a bubble of people, and maybe they make a mistake, and in this episode it appears they did, and it's more clear to me that the Jedi are supposed to be a certain way, but there were a lot of missteps in this with how Soul and
missteps, misunderstandings, misrepresentations of shit.
Yeah, I love Soul, and in the present day, he's obviously learned from this, and he's great. But what he did back then, man, it fucked a lot of things up.
It did.
And I really like Indara.
I mean, it was instigated by the what the fuck's the Padawan's name?
Torben.
I would call him Tommen, but the Torben. So, yeah, it was instigated by Torben, ultimately.
Yeah, it was. It just...
But...
Dude, come on.
Soul made the choice to say, okay, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
And we went into the temple.
I liked how the Indara got a little heated with him. In the end, they were ready to throw some hands, and I do think generally the Jedi should not be that way, but I do think in times like this, it is good to see that...
Well, it's good to see some human aspect.
Yeah. Like,
because the only thing you have with that in the prequels, for example, would have been Anakin.
Yeah, and Obi-Wan kind of covering for him sometimes.
Yeah, but you don't see the actual humanity.
No, not really. No,
I mean, you don't see the struggle of it.
In the books, I think there's one Jedi. I mean, because Jedi they're allowed to drink, like just like priests are allowed to drink. Tell me if I'm wrong, Charlie. I think it was like Mace Windu who would always get drunk and try to fight other Jedi, try to spar with them.
The OT. Luke is very old to be considered. You see some human moments with him.
Yeah.
At that stage.
You know, after seeing Anakin, if I was Yoda, I feel like I just couldn't sanction that. I couldn't sanction if I sensed any anger in him. Yeah. I couldn't sanction it.
It's like, oh man, I
can do this again. I mean, the first of a new type of Jedi he was supposed to be too, technically.
Now, confirm for me if you come across this and whether or not it's true. Kathleen Kennedy supposedly quoted as saying that, oh well, the new Star Wars, like, there's no material to follow. Like, there's no comics or anything. It's just like we're just charting our own course, more or less. It's not. I'm paraphrasing it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she said that, but I do know the people in charge.
The criticism was that.
Yeah.
If she had said that it's like, really, like there was all this fucking lore. It was written
I know what you're saying. She did say something like that. So, but the idea is that. So a couple of the people who are telling these stories, they are avoiding. Just blatantly trying to cancel out like a beloved, like Shadows of the Empire. That can still take place.
Yeah.
In terms of what she said, like they're like people like Dave Filoni, they love the EU. So I don't, I mean, I don't know how much she is in charge personally of telling these stories. She's just the woman on top, and she makes the final decision. But I mean, like how that is. It might be like, well, she tells someone to tell Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau what to do.
Yeah.
And then Kathleen just trusts them to make the right call, and she might not even.
I agree with that.
Yeah, she probably makes the financial decisions.
And I agree with that. I'm just saying that if you have a level of ignorance, in charge of a situation, like I know from work experience that can really fuck things up.
But in terms of this, like what was communicated, like before I watched the show and now, I like the show. The Jedi aren't. They don't come in here and take kids. That's not something they want to do. That's not something that they do.
Yeah.
For one thing, they're too old, and B, she took the idea that no, the parents aren't going to let them go anyways.
Well, Indara was a good representation of the Jedi Order and what it expects and what it wants and what it tries to do.
Yeah, the others just fell short of her, and she.
And then it established that because she's like, this is why you don't have an apprentice, and I do.
So for critics of the people who before this show ever came out, that it would ruin how the Jedi are looked at. If you pay close attention, it really doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It just it shows what the Jedi are striving to be, and I'm sure they're never perfect. Not even in the prequels. Not even 1,000 years before this. Now I do like how she broke the rule for a human reason. She's like, okay, but now that you have fucked everything up, we have this little girl.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna throw yourself at the mercy at the council to make yourself feel good.
Yeah.
Like, what about her? She gave up everything for you.
It reminds me.
I appreciate
obviously morally, it's not a black and white example, but it reminds me of True Detective season 3 when he was telling his son because his son was like cheating on his wife with that reporter lady.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Why would you tell her that now?
Yeah.
Like you're doing it to make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
What is that going to do her?"
Exactly.
And so It reminds you that is this kind of... It's a moral obligation that most of us don't consider because most of us consider the truth to be paramount.
Okay, anyways, go to my notes real quick. They mentioned the hyperspace disaster. So, Zach, in this book, the first one, it's really good. I heard it was. I admit I've listened to it. I've read the first chapter and I've listened to the audiobook of the first few chapters.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jedi, they're very Arthurian. They struggle, they're great, they're cool, but there's a disaster in hyperspace and there's a reason for it. The ship breaks apart and completely fucks up this entire solar system. Like hell rains down like an apocalypse on multiple planets. Mm-hmm. So the Jedi, they're not fighting the Sith, they are providing aid to a natural disaster. Well, not natural, but a disaster.
Incidentally, there's also a Wookiee in the group.
Yeah. I don't know it's Master Kalnaka, but yeah.
His head's not shaved on the sides.
Yeah, they mentioned a hyperspace disaster, which is kind of cool. It's a kind of a popular thing. The idea of a virgins, they were spot on with that. Like virginses that we have are Dagobah, obviously Anakin, the cave in Episode 8 that Rey goes into. I don't know what the official canon is, but some people think that Anakin's lightsaber is a virgin's. Like it became a virgin's because like when Rey touches it in Episode 7, it essentially gives her all these visions and stuff like that. But I don't know what the official word is on that. On Coruscant, there is some ancient spire structure that's there that is a virgin's.
Really?
That he uses, yeah. My emotional investment on defending Anakin being the only one born of Immaculate Conception is kind of tiring. I do think that...
Well, I agree with it because I think it's very impactful in the story of Star Wars.
Yeah,
I think if you eliminate the importance of why Vader was who he was, why he became who he became,
and why
he's so influential on Star Wars as a whole, then I think you are really taking the soul away from Star Wars.
So I'm wondering why they're important, and if hopefully it's going to contribute to his storyline in a way where that knowledge is somehow passed on to...
Well, it's just a human story.
Yeah. I felt terrible for Osha and May. I actually literally fucking got kind of emotional thinking, like, they just had their whole lives fucked up.
They did.
Yeah.
And it's literally...
She woke up calling for her mom, and her mom's dead.
It's devolved. The situation devolved.
Yeah.
It went from just two extremes.
Yeah.
And what's unfortunate is that you look at what that Zabrak woman did.
I'll tell you what.
That was pretty extreme.
Yeah, I thought that was...
That was instigation to violence.
I mean, yeah.
You can say that Torben being selfish and just wanting to go home, just wanted his meal ticket.
Yeah.
And he wanted to fucking get back there and, get a kid as an example because of their metachlorian count and what they exemplify with the solid, whatever the fuck those things are called. And then Sol just went after him, but then he gave in to his own desires when he led Torben into the temple.
Without fucking up George's vision of what the Jedi are, I do think Leslie Headland has done a good job of showing the Jedi ideal. And we see them strive, but we do see them fail sometimes.
In hindsight, I feel like what's really hurt this series has just been the publicity.
Yeah, the publicity.
The publicity, and the publicity got there before the series did. It's like me when I was younger, and the series would catch me before, like the hype would get to me before I got to watch it. Mm-hmm. So this is probably fucking shitty. I don't want to watch this.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, oh, it's so good, man.
Yeah.
And it made me feel like, I don't want to fucking watch this. So it's like a bandwagon thing. And
I get that, yeah.
Well, that's what I felt like with the publicity with this. They say, well, there's just a bunch of lesbos on this planet, and it's just...
Yeah.
It's a bunch of woke shit.
Yeah.
And to me, watching it...
And if you guys know, like our conversations, we don't appreciate that when it's overblown in our media.
No, and I don't like it being just there to be there, like propaganda.
Yeah. My problems with the show had nothing to do with ideological politics being put in it. It more has to do with... I still feel very strongly about Anakin's storyline.
I agree.
And wanting to make sure that stays pure and original within the context of this universe.
Well, I think that story, looking at how we grew up and how I viewed Vader, that is the epitome of Star Wars.
Really looking forward to what I think is the finale. I would love, thinking more about what you want, there to be some other like badass Sith Lord kind of above Khmer.
Yeah. It feels like he was abandoned and he wants...
Yeah, he used to be a Jedi. He seems to be around 30, okay? he is like the head Sith now, it doesn't really make sense time-wise because he had to get adopted, trained, killed his master all before he's 30. You know what I mean?
I don't see it happening.
Now, Alexander the Great accomplished a lot before 30. But it's rare.
But circumstances definitely lent him that ability.
Yeah.
I mean, his father literally prepared him for that from a very early age.
Yeah.
And his access to the courts and things like that.
It's like Rhaenyra. She was prepared.
Yeah.
And Aegon wasn't. And that's why he's wrong.